Welcome to Dunce Party. We are back with another riveting episode of fun anecdotes and stories.
That's right.
I'm your host, Matt Harris.
And I'm Andrew Ledbetter.
My esteemed sidekick.
Right. Yeah, I think actually the person who buys all this equipment is.
And we did record in their house. That just that was in my rider. It was in my contract.
I have to
that Andrew has to do all the work and take all the financial responsibility
and edit everything.
I'm just the talent, baby.
I think I'm Alfred, actually.
I'm just the talent. You're Alfred, and I'm Bruce Wayne.
And I don't know who's Robin. Probably
Thomas can be Robin. I'll raise him up.
Yeah, right. Well, Batman's parents die, so actually I don't want to be Batman. I'm not letting my son dress up as Batman.
Robin's parents die too.
Oh shit, dude. But you know what I mean? I don't want my son to ever dress up as Batman for Halloween.
Yeah, it's a bad omen.
It's a bad omen. I don't want us to get mugged and killed.
Also, don't dress up as the kid from The Omen.
Yeah, that's a bad omen.
The Antichrist. Your mom would love if your son was the Antichrist.
What if we painted his nails black?
Starters calling him her.
Yeah, my son's 5.
They call him they just to mess with your mom.
My son's 5 months old. I want to start painting his nails black and
give him a little mohawk.
Start making him wear Black Sabbath onesies.
Black Sabbath onesies? They probably make them.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
They make everything.
It is spooky season, though. Your favorite time of year.
I love spooky season. I hate the name spooky season. I prefer the old-fashioned term Halloween. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting cooler. It feels so good outside for the first. This is the first week of fall. I mean, I don't think it technically is, but like the temperature is so delightful.
As far as I'm concerned, it's the first week of fall.
It's first week of fall, baby. Fall, the fall ball.
And that means we're reading scary books.
Right.
We just both finished Salem's Lot. This is my third time reading Salem's Lot.
It was my second time.
So we're fans of the book.
It's a great book.
I'll tell you what we're not fans of. The HBO movie Salem's Lot.
The new movie that came out, I hesitate to even call it a movie.
I hesitate to call it Salem's Lot.
I have previously been referring to it as an abortion. It was so bad. So bad. We watched it. I just got angrier and angrier as we went on. Like, here's the thing. If I wasn't such a big Stephen King fan, such a big fan of the book, Salem's Lot, and even a fan of the 2004 miniseries starring Rob Lowe.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the original, though.
Yeah, okay.
From the 70s. I might have given it like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Like as a Halloween standalone vampire fall fun horror movie, to me it doesn't even pass that test alone.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But as an adaptation of a great piece of American literature, it fails. It fails. I give it a 2 out of 10.
Really?
I give it a 2
That's
out of
low.
10.
I give it a 4 out of 10.
And I normally am the one who has a little bit more of goodwill and give a little bit more grace to horror movies because I'm just such a big fan of the genre. And, I kind of feel bad. People worked really hard on this movie, and here I am sitting in a kitchen talking shit about it.
Yeah.
But I hated it, man.
Okay, here's the problem with the movie. They tried to include too many aspects of the book while also failing to capture any of the spirit of the book.
Correct. One of the best parts, and we talked about this in our recent reread, one of the most interesting things about the book is that if you didn't know about it going in, if it wasn't such a cultural icon of a novel, you have no clue what's going on in this town. You know that there's something bad going on, but you don't know that excuse me, you don't know that it's vampires.
You probably think it's witches based on the time.
Yeah, Salem, but you don't realize. I mean, you've learned by then that it's like it's abbreviation of Jerusalem.
Yeah.
But you don't know for sure. You know that some weird things are happening. People are going missing.
Yeah.
Some dark figures are at work. But That's not how this movie is. This movie, the first 5 minutes.
The opening montage. The opening montage is them like blood, blood everywhere. It's like, no, this is it might as well be called Salem's Lot. Vampires Attack. It's very heavy-handed. I don't know, but also I think the casting was bad. I don't want to just spend the whole time.
The guy who played Stryker was so bad.
Greyjoy, right?
Yeah, he was the guy who played Euron Greyjoy,
who tortures Reek in Game of Thrones, right? Or is he? Is he Reek?
No, that's Ramsay.
He's Reek.
No,
but Greyjoy tortures Reek.
No. Greyjoy becomes Reek because he has been tortured.
Okay.
That is Theon Greyjoy. His uncle is who this guy plays. Euron Greyjoy, who is basically a swashbuckling pirate.
Yes.
Who is real evil and
he comes in at the last season 7.
Yes, he comes in. It's a little earlier than that, but yeah, he comes in towards the end at the King's Mute.
Yeah.
He comes in and basically takes the Iron Islands for himself. He kills his own brother to do it. He's a great character in the books. He's one of the best characters.
Speaking of a disappointing adaptation.
Yes. I mean, the first 5-6 seasons still slap.
7 seasons even. Is it 8 seasons total?
I think it's 7 seasons, but I could be wrong.
Well, the second to last season is not that bad.
Maybe it is 8 seasons, actually, because I think they did that classic... It should have been 1 season, but they cut it into 2 because it's the final season.
Yeah.
But listen, if you're a big fan of Stephen King's, I would have watched this movie no matter what anyone told me, no matter how mad people said it was online, I would have watched it. If you care about my opinion, I give it a thumb down. I give it 2 thumbs down. I don't like it.
If you ask me, I will say if you are in prison and it's on TV... Ask them to change it, but if they won't change it, it's worth watching. But if you want a faithful adaptation to Salem's Lot, you're better off just watching Midnight Mass on Netflix.
See, I'm of the alternate opinion. I don't think there's anything worse that could happen in prison than watching this movie.
What would make it a 1 out of 10 for you?
I'm just kidding. Obviously, there's plenty of bad things that could happen to someone in prison.
You run out of cigarettes.
Out of cigarettes. Yeah, and you can't barter.
Yeah.
No. It's terrible. I hated Barlow. I hated the vampire. He was blue for some reason. What else has been going on? We've been watching football, a lot of football.
Yeah, and football pisses me off too now. Fuck football. Dude, this happens to me every year during football season. I'm like, I wish that I didn't like football. You know what I mean? Every year I'm so excited for football, and then the football season comes, and it's like I would give anything to not like football.
Yeah.
Because I just get my heart broken, and it ruins my weekend sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so excited that the Titans were on a bye this week because it wouldn't ruin my Sunday.
Yeah, they play the Colts.
They play the Colts
this
coming
Sunday. Especially with the Colts song being on social media.
Yeah, this is our Colts.
This is our team.
We love you. That sounds like a Christian song.
Dude, it's just nice that someone with autism can just get famous now.
Yeah. I mean, you always kind of could, but usually it was for something bad. Like Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer probably had some...
Jeffrey Dahmer was on several spectrums, I think.
Yeah, he was definitely on something. He would have been very efficient, I think, now. I think he would have gotten caught way faster because people could be, openly gay and not just be like, I'm going to go visit my friend who doesn't have a name.
He's like, I'm going to go to the bathhouses to take a bath.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, our Vols lost. We're big Tennessee Vols fans. They lost to Arkansas.
But, it's a new week. We got everything's happening.
We got Florida. It's Florida week, baby.
It's Florida week, so. And we've had some fun doing stand-up lately, so, that's, I guess, a consolation. We're getting to follow our dreams.
I mean, fall, stand-up always picks up a little bit in the fall.
On Friday nights. Saturday nights in the South, it's got to be a really good show for people to come because they're going to watch college football. Unless the Vols are... Here's the thing. When the Vols get bad, that's when the shows start getting good in Tennessee.
So hopefully
yeah.
Saturday shows are going to be bad.
That was a silver lining in my head. It's like, well, at least I won't be sad to not get to see the Vols play next weekend.
It's a silver lining.
Yeah, because I'll be glad that I can't watch them.
We're reading the book... swan song now.
Yeah.
Never. What's the author? Robert McCormick
McCammon?
or something like that. Okay.
Robert McCammon?
I've never read him before.
Really good.
So far, the book's very good.
About 200 pages in. It's like a tome of a book.
Yeah, it's huge. It's thick. It's a thick boy of a book.
Here it is. So far, I'm like about 200 and something pages in, like that. So plenty left. It's not exactly a Halloween book, but it's good.
It's good.
I'm also reading Carrie.
It's a thick boy. I love Carrie. I read it earlier this year. I really like. How far have you made it in that?
Like 20 pages, not very far.
Once you're a little bit farther in, and I'll be interested to talk to you about it because I really like the different ways in which that story's told. It kind of reminds me of like Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I downloaded that for free last night on Kindle. You should get it.
I've got it already
Yeah.
on Audible. But it's like that book is told through like letters
And newspaper clippings.
yeah, stuff like that. And I like that about Carrie. It's very
Yeah.
similar in that vein.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, we love books.
We love football.
We love football. We love comedy.
We're just regular
I
guys.
bought a car, which is cool.
Car. That's crazy, man.
I was driving. My dad apparently called it the silver turd, is what he referred to my car as.
I'm glad he didn't tell you that until after you got rid of it.
Yeah, that was his. That's what he called it, behind my back.
Have we talked about like the adventure that we had when your car broke down?
Oh no, I had a show in the Marietta, Georgia, just me. I drove down there. I got off the interstate, and I started smelling smoke. I pulled over, a little bit of smoke coming out of my hood. I'm like, I got to go do the show. So I go and do 15 minutes at Alley Stage in Marietta. And I was so worried. I did not perform very well.
Yeah.
I didn't perform up to my standard just because I was so stressed out. Then I'm like, okay, maybe it's just completely dead. So Andrew, through his good nature and kind heart, agrees to come pick me up. It's like 11 o'clock at night. He's got to make the hour, 45-minute drive down. I schedule a tow. The tow keeps pushing it out. 30 more minutes. They push the tow out. Till finally I'm like, hey, my ride's coming. Like, what should I do? They're like, leave the key. We'll tow it. Give us your credit card information. So I do that. Now I wake up in the morning and check my card. They never charge me. And I call them and they're like, oh, it wasn't there.
What?
Yeah, and so I'm like panicking. It was there. This is just a real shitty tow company. Then my dad goes and picks it up a couple days later, and I just keep paying. I just keep paying 24 hours of parking at a time. Actually, it was kind of convenient.
Yeah, it's
Cost me like $20 to park there for the whole weekend.
Yeah, so like I guess we have to stop talking so much shit about parking authorities because apparently the one in Marietta is not that bad. I'll say this: I also had a show in town that night. The guy that I run the shows with, we do the Don't Tell comedy shows, so they're in different venues every night.
Yeah.
He didn't confirm with the venue that we were doing a show there that night, and so we almost didn't have a venue at all. And like usually, I am like quick to anger when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I recently quadrupled my Prozac dose. My doctor did. I didn't just do it by myself. But and I'll tell you, man, I lack the ability to get angry now.
You lack the ability.
I can't get angry.
I'll put that to the test.
No, I probably can, but like I don't like things just have been rolling off my back lately.
I mean, that's good though.
Yeah.
Stress. I mean, like that kind of like anger over something that you can't influence,
Yeah.
or it's like too late. Like it's like water through your hands.
It's like the Serenity Prayer.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. And then I was cool with it, calm. We figured it out. We did the show. Matt calls me at 10 o'clock. He's like, hey, I'm stranded in Atlanta. I'm like, no worries, man. I'll come pick you up. It's no problem at all. I'll listen to Swan Song. Got to go to Buc-ee's. You know, honestly, it was a pretty fun time.
2 trips to Buc-ee's.
I did come home and eat wings. I'm like, I'm pretty hungry. I am doing Matt a favor here. Someone to go eat. Real quick, my wife was like upset, kind of, but she understood what's up.
I mean, I was stranded. I don't know what else I was going to do. I could have stayed with one of the comics down there, but that would have been...
That's what Jeff was saying. He's like, why doesn't Matt just get a hotel?
I mean, I could have, but then it's like...
Well, but it's just delaying the problem 12 hours.
Right. And costing me $150.
Exactly. So I did Matt a favor, and Matt's going to do me a favor later this month. He's going to go to the Black Dahlia Murder concert with me in Atlanta.
Which will be fun.
It will be fun. I'm so stoked, man.
They've got cool T-shirts.
I love metal, especially the Black Dahlia Murder, and so I haven't seen them live ever. I haven't been to like a real metal show in probably 16 years. Probably since I was like 15 years old.
Have you been to a fake metal show? What's
no,
real?
I've been like pop punk and like shit like that, but nothing that's like heavy.
That heavy?
Yeah. But also I found out that Whitechapel's coming to Chattanooga in December at the Signal.
Is that a metal band?
That's also a metal band from Knoxville.
Okay. Whitechapel.
I might just go to that by myself. I don't give a shit. It's like
it's close.
15 minutes away, you know. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm getting back into it. I'm also not so sad anymore. That was another big thing. In the whole month of August, I was so sad that I lost 20 pounds. And people thought I went on Ozempic because it was so fast, but I just got too sad to eat. Which I guess is kind of like what Ozempic does.
Kind of like Ozempic.
Yeah, very similar. Cheap. It was free. Actually, it wasn't free.
You went to the doctor like 6 times.
I went to the doctor like 6 times, so it was very much not free. I went to I got to see a therapist 3 times, and my insurance didn't cover any of it.
Really?
No,
not a single one.
Not
wow.
$1. They have to. I don't know, man. Like we take your insurance, but you have to reach your out-of-pocket max first, which is like $8,000. So it's like if I go to the psychologist like every other day,
like you get 1 month out of 12 months for free
for $8,000. And it was kind of helpful. I don't know. I stopped going.
I mean, of course you did. It's expensive as fuck.
Yeah, you have to be. It's like money can't fix money can't buy happiness. Money can
buy a therapist.
And I think my therapist could sense that I was running out of money because he started giving like dumb advice. And I'm like, I'm not really getting much out of this. I'll see you, man.
What dumb advice?
He kept blaming things on my parents, and I'm like, my parents weren't great, but like mostly I'm afraid I'm dying, so like that's mostly I'm a hypochondriac.
I mean, yeah, but I mean I could see that stemming from something with your childhood at least.
He kept asking me if I got like molested and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Kinda.
How many times?
Well, that was like a whole session. It was like 33% of the. You know what I mean? Like I only did 3 sessions, and that was like a big one. And I'm like, nothing happened, man. Like nothing happened.
I mean, that's a question that I'm sure they need to ask once.
Right. Yeah, he didn't keep asking it, but he kept like alluding to it. And he's like, I'm like, no, dude, I'm good. My dad was like distant. That's why I do stand up. But like, he didn't touch me or anything. Like,
it looks like ever since you were a child, you're looking for something to fill the hole.
Yeah, right.
Inside of you, something to fill the giant hole.
Yeah, maybe he was hitting on
you
me.
have inside yourself.
And he's like, is that why you're into older men? He's like, I'm not into older men.
It's like older, well-educated men with glasses and a receding hairline.
What about an older man who is in touch with his sensitive side? So no, I'm good, man.
It's like turns out, yeah. I mean, therapy would have been something like therapy, something that like I wish I could go. Like, I mean, maybe you just didn't find the right therapist. Too.
Maybe
like,
he helped me.
Maybe there's ones who are like a little less molestation focused.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of them, man. Here's the thing. Also, like I was talking about this on stage. Is like as exciting as it is to hear that you think my mother's a narcissist, it's just not worth $135 an hour. Like.
Yeah.
I appreciate you confirming that suspicion for me.
I could have told you that, dog.
Yeah, but it's like I've been thinking it for a while, but like it's just not.
It's just not worth the juice. Ain't worth the squeeze, baby.
Right. He also like was very weird about like talking about like my own sex life. He didn't want to talk about it. I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on. You're a professional. Why can't we talk about this stuff?
Really?
Yeah.
That is weird.
I'm like, I've lost my libido, and he's like, kind of just like brushed it off, and I'm like, that's kind of what I want to talk about because it's like I'm feeling fucked up, right? You know what I mean? Like basically, like my big symptoms were like I have no interest in anything, including food or sex.
That's real weird. I figured that would be like something that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
about.
Don't we want to figure out what's going on? I do. You know,
that's why I'm here.
That's why I'm here. Like, you know, I don't know, dude. But anyway, I'm not doing therapy anymore.
So conclusion: therapy's fake.
Therapy's fake. It doesn't work.
It doesn't go to it. It's for suckers.
You should just turn to modern medicine first.
Turn them.
I mean, the pharmaceutical industry is looking out for your best interest
at heart. Yeah,
always. You know, so I do go back to the doctor in like 2 weeks, and I'm pretty stoked because he's been asking me to. He's been telling me I got to lose weight for like 5 years. I finally did it, all in 1 month. And I'm still technically obese. But
It's crazy.
yeah,
I mean, at least it's not the morbid kind.
yeah. I'm like barely obese now.
That's great.
Yeah,
Good for you.
I'm like 7 pounds away from not being obese.
You're barely obese. I'm barely alive. So
No, Matt's killing it, dude. Matt's like, we've been walking. We've been doing like a walking after work session.
I've been trying.
Been doing Walktober is what I've been doing.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Walking is fun.
Walking for fitness.
Walking for fitness.
Been
Walking for fitness.
Walking with my feet on the sidewalk. I've been calling Matt Christopher Walken over here because he's
Walken,
been walking with me after work.
which is fun. What else has been going on with us, man?
Well, you're going to see your girlfriend this week,
Yeah, taking the new car on the first long trip.
and then
I say long, 2-hour drive.
we got some shows coming up. I got several shows this month. I'm doing a show in Atlanta this weekend at the Alley Stage. We're both going up to Kingsport, Tennessee, right before Halloween to do a show, and then I'm going back to Atlanta.
Oh, comedy! Lookout Comedy Festivals this week.
The Lookout Comedy Festival is next week, October 16th through 19th.
You can see both of us there, along with some of the best up and coming comics in the country.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
People are coming from all over: New York City, California, Texas, Chicago,
Chattanooga,
and then we'll be there. So
we'll also be there. So,
and then if you want to get out there and be like, "We want Matt," that would really prove a point to me.
yeah,
that would really prove a point for me to the festival organizers.
we want Matt to organize this thing.
We want Matt to organize. Wouldn't it be so much more fun if Matt was involved? No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to be involved with that.
Well, also, Matt, you lost your voice. You were supposed to record yesterday, but
Yeah, you could probably still hear it a little bit. My voice is getting all funky. I think I had a sickness coming on, but I've beaten it. I feel fine.
yeah.
But I sounded like I was talking in falsetto. I was like, "Hello,
Hello.
I don't think I can podcast today.
Yeah, Matt.
I'm not sure I'll be able to podcast."
Matt was using one of those voice modulators to call in sick to the podcast. But yeah, there's a lot of October's the best month, I think.
That would be the worst voice modulator. It's like, listen to me very closely.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, Neo.
Yeah.
Listen to me very closely.
Yeah.
Some men are going to be coming into your cubicle. You need to do exactly what I say. Exactly when I say it.
He's like, Mickey?
Yeah.
Is that you? I think, if Morpheus didn't have such a cool voice.
Shucks.
If Morpheus didn't have such a cool voice, Neo would not have listened to him. I guess technically Neo didn't really listen to him. He got caught in that first scene, because he's like, you got to walk outside on the window.
The ledge. They did catch him, right? That's when they
put his they gave him an STD.
And then that's when that night he was intercepted by the boys.
That thing's real.
What? Keanu?
I think they should have gotten like the other.
Keanu?
They should have gotten the other guy from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure to be Agent Smith.
Oh God, dude, the Agent Smith, Hugo Weaving, I think his name is. The guy who played Agent Smith. He was great.
He was wasn't he also Elrond in Lord of the Rings?
Yes, he was.
Dude, what a name! What a name, Elrond. That name has not aged well. Wasn't L. Ron Hubbard like Tolkien's friend or something, pen pal?
Maybe I haven't heard that. L. Ron Hubbard was an author though.
Yeah,
but
he's like a contemporary of Tolkien's, and now they both kind of have their own religion. So
his name was like L, like the letter L.
Right.
Ron.
The Spanish.
L. Ron.
He was the Ron, but
The Ron.
he was El Ron. El Ronaldo.
The Ronaldo. Man.
Let's see. I think this is Jeff. Oh, it's my mom calling. No, I was going to have Jeff.
The
join
narcissist.
No, she's not. She's just...
Not according to medical professionals.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, she's just...
Andrew's mom's a very nice lady.
My mom just has the affliction that she cannot stand a pause in conversation. She we went out to Gatlinburg with her last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and every time there was a pause, she's like, "So what do you think of the baby?"
I like it.
I'm for the baby. I'm a fan. So what do you want me to say? I love it.
How would she have reacted if you're like, actually, I'm not so sure about it?
Yeah, I've eventually started doing that. I'm like, I think it was a mistake.
We've actually contacted a few agencies.
Thinking about surrendering them to a fire station or something. No, we love our baby.
Of course not. But it is just funny. It's like, of course you like, yeah, dude. It changed. Your whole life is different.
Yeah.
Your whole life is focused on this little guy.
Yeah.
Little bean feet.
But I'm excited for sports, man. Like, we talked about football, but the Jets fired their head coach today. That's cool.
I thought they fired him yesterday.
Maybe it was yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. They fired him yesterday.
They fired him before they even left London.
I don't think so. I think they made him like fly across the Atlantic Ocean and then go to work on Tuesday, and then they fired him.
Really?
Yeah, they fired him at the office. Dude, how would you want to get fired if you were in that position? I don't know if I'd want to come to work. I think that's the thing, man. That's why they always say fire somebody on a Friday, because at least like, as bad as that is to get fired.
Sunday they go, oh, I get to sleep in.
Exactly. As bad as it is to get fired, if you get fired on a Friday, it's still Friday. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. It's true. But with a high-profile job like that, I don't know. Because it's like the internet was calling for his job. And it's like, to be honest, he probably should have got fired last year.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh, they had that. Oh, if Aaron Rodgers was here, things would be different.
He's also a defensive-minded coach, and their defense was always good. It's just Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old, and he's
like, win now.
He's strung out on drugs, man.
Yeah, is he?
He's having hallucinations out there, throwing the ball to the other team. He thinks it's those colors, man.
Aaron Rodgers was like, I won't play for a vaccinated head coach.
Yeah. Well, the Johnson & Johnson guy owns the team, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hypocrite. So.
Well, Halloween's coming up. It's going to be a good time. I guess that's it. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
We can call it there, man. We
Guys,
didn't let the camera
listening.
overheat, which is interesting and cool.
It's the first for us.
Yeah.
Enjoy your Halloween. Happy
Halloween.
Halloween.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.